What's going on, everybody? It's the Eagles Collectives. I got my boys Scott, Antoine, and Jay. How's it going, fellas?
What's going
Let's
on?
go. Let's get it.
Hey, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
What's
Hey, we
on?
got we got a big game coming up this Sunday. Talking about the Super Bowl. Just before we dive all into this, let's just look back at the last 5 weeks, bro. Last 5 weeks. First week we go to Brazil. Saquon turns into a weapon people didn't think we had with 3 touchdowns. He makes that official. Then we go back home to the Atlanta Falcons. We lose that game off of a drop pass. It was heartbreaking. They make it up against the Saints. That's where I think our defense showed how elite they were. I don't know about y'all, but our defense stepped up. And even CJ made that comment, best defense in the NFL. We all thought he was just talking just because it was CJ, but look where we at now. And then we had a very terrible loss against the Bucks. Going into that bye game, they sat back, looked at all the deficiencies, said, what can we work on? They made it the run game. We in the Super Bowl right now, boys. Like, think about all that stuff we were going through, and now we finally here, back for our rematch game. I think it speaks a lot. But before we get into this, because I know we got a lot to talk about, fellas, let's go ahead and start the show off like we usually do. We'll cue that intro. Yes, sir.
Right.
What's America's bird? Eagle.
Fellas. So let's get started talking about this game. We got the Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. We got the rematch game. Man, Scott, just tell me how you feeling right now. Just like we got the game, 5 days away, 6 days away?
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts right now going into the game?
Why you always got to start with Scott?
Hey, bro, because look, I'm a pretty boy. But look, bro, this is the game we wanted, right? We talked about this. I know Jay especially. This is the game we wanted. We called for the rematch. We got it. We're here. I think if we're being completely honest, looking at it, both of the team's seasons, I think we have the more complete team. Trying to not even look at it from a biased standpoint, but I don't think anybody can hold this defense. We got so many weapons, bro. I'm excited, bro. I'm pumped. There's nothing you could tell me this week, bro. Like, anything else, I don't want to hear it. It's all birds. That's all I want to talk about, baby. We here.
Antoine, go.
Yeah.
Antoine, go ahead.
Nah, for sure. Like, it's not Sunday morning yet. Are we there yet?
We Saturday night.
Nah, we traveled a long road to get here. I said when the season started that this is a Super Bowl team. Like you said in the intro, like we started off shaky, rocky. Didn't know where we was going up or down. We didn't know what we was gonna do with Sirianni. I mean, like you said, look back at it now. It all made this team who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready for this Super Bowl, bro. I'm ready.
Yeah, bro. Jay.
I feel the same. I'm ready. I'm ready to feel like 2017 again. 2022 was heartbreaking knowing how Jalen balled out in that game and we lost. We just did it. We almost beat them. To me, this is the matchup we need. The Eagles are not scared of the Chiefs. We went down to Arrowhead, beat them last year, almost beat them 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. This is it. We have a chance to put a dent in their dynasty. We could really punch the bully, take them out right now. I just think that they're fully equipped right now, and I don't know if anybody can mess with them.
I like that. Hey, it almost feels unreal, but we back. Like, a lot of people don't like it. That's thanks to our quarterback. That's thanks to Nick Sirianni. That's thanks to Saquon, Howie, all them boys. That just lets you know we got an elite team, bro. We've had an elite team since 2000. So, like, can't anybody that's hating on us, that's probably why they're not here. Just so talking about what's today. I'm just saying. Hey, we got to talk our shit today, bro. Like, there's a lot of teams that ain't here. There's 30 teams that ain't here, actually. So So just going into this, Jay, I kind of want your thoughts on this. So we got two different topics we can go over. Would you like to talk about the 5 reasons, or did you want to go over the coaching matchup?
Yeah, we could go over some reasons first, or we could go over the coaching matchup and then lead the reasons later on. We could start off with the coaching.
Let's lead into the reasons later on. Yeah,
we could lead into the reasons later on. I like that. Too early,
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, going into that, let's just look at the coachings right now. So for the offensive side, on our side versus Steve Spagnuolo, I personally am looking at this, and I think this is a solid matchup. I know me and Scott talked a little bit earlier, and I think the biggest thing about this is that can hurt us, and the keys to this is Jalen and Kellen Moore working together for Jalen to avoid the blitz. Like, they got to be able to play up against the blitz scheme that Spags has on him. We know that he had a little bit of that last Super Bowl. We know last year Jalen had issues with the blitz, but I think with the teaching from Kellen Moore and the coaching from him, I think Jalen has gotten better with the blitz. I just want to get y'all's thoughts on this. Just looking at the lineup right now. Jay, what are you seeing right now?
Well, I'm trying to I don't know where I had a tab pulled up. Smitty in his 3 career games against Steve Spagnuolo, and has eclipsed over 50 yards in all 3 games. He's had long receptions in all 3 games. I just believe that him and Goddard are going to eat on the blitz. I think they're going to try to confuse Jalen, but the thing is that Jalen is played very well against the blitz this year compared to how he played the year before. So this is not the same Jalen from 2022 or 2023. This is a different Jalen. I think this offensive line, when you add in Saquon Barkley as a 6th blocker, I think he's always, he was blocking Louisville well in the NFC Championship. So I have confidence in them picking up the blitz and then eating with AJ, Devontae, and Goddard.
Yeah, no, I like that. Scott, what you got?
I mean, kind of like Jay said, I think this is going to be we all know how Spags likes to send the blitz. He likes to disguise packages. I think this might be a big Goddard game, especially the way he's been, catching balls out of the wheel route. This may be a game where you hit him off a chip block. It may even be like a Saquon check down game. But all I know is with the way he sends his blitzes, Jalen got to be ready to get the ball out quick, and Kellen Moore got to put the game plan for that, because we know Jalen improved against the blitz this season tremendously compared to last season, but this is the Super Bowl, and this is not a game where we can make a lot of mistakes. So I think if we get the ball out quick and we can game plan for that, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Antoine, looking at this, where do you think the best matchup is right now? Is it the receivers? Because I'm kind of looking at AJ right now, and I think AJ kind of has the matchup. But do you see any on here that stand out to you?
I mean, they most likely, I think they'll match McDuffie up with AJ Brown.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a tough matchup. But the way it's set up on the computer right now, I mean on the screen or whatever, it looked like a mismatch, but I don't think it's gonna be left that way. You know what I'm saying? So they got a tough D line, we got a tough offensive line. The trenches that's where the battles are won. I put more faith and I put more money in our offensive line against their defensive line. And I just feel like with this game in particular, Kellen Moore, he gonna have to call his best game. He called a great game against the Commanders last couple weeks ago or whatever, but it's the Commanders at the end of the day. Like, they were just happy to be there.
That's the truth.
It's a great team that we get ready to play. It's a great team we get ready to play Sunday. So I just believe Kellen Moore, he gonna have to keep them off balance to where their defense can't just pin their ears back and just blitz Jalen the whole game, because they gonna get to him here and there. But we got to make them pay for every time they blitz. We got to make them pay in some type of form. So I just think Kellen Moore got to call his best game of the season coming up Sunday.
No, that's a real good point, especially with Kellen Moore trying to get that position with the Saints. I think this is going to set him over the edge right now. I definitely that's a real good point that you made. I think another way we got the advantages, the corners and their secondary, they usually play man, and that's where AJ and Smitty dominate on man coverage. Like it's
Right.
usually zone where they have the struggles, but them playing man coverage, and if they blitz and Jalen, it's an easy go ball all day. Like
Yeah.
that's the way I'm seeing that. But yeah, looking at that and then switching over to their offense and our defense, which is where I feel the most confident at. I'm just looking at this and I'm just seeing where Jalen Carter can just take off at. Just Jay, where you at with this on our defense and their offense?
Just like Antoine just said a few minutes ago, their offensive line versus our defensive line, that's probably the biggest mismatch of the game. Like that's what the Eagles are gonna eat. They're gonna eat with all the problems they've had at left tackle. The Chiefs, how they had to slide their left guard and left tackle, Thuney. You know, I just think that the Eagles they're gonna switch up their looks. They have a lot of serviceable players that can come in. Ojomo, players off the. I think there's gonna be players like him, Josh Sweat, players are gonna that don't usually get sacks are gonna get sacks in this game.
And
I think
Scott,
we're gonna get Mahomes. I think we're gonna get Mahomes a couple times.
how many sacks you saying?
I think at least 3.
Okay,
That would be great.
You know
I
what
like
this?
that.
You know what this is gonna remind me of when he played the Bucks in that Super Bowl when he had no offensive line. That's what this is. What
Good
I'm
point.
feeling like. I feel like he's gonna be running out for every single play. He's gonna be running for his life.
That's a real good point. I like that.
I really do think that. I think they're gonna take him off their spot because they know in the back end with Q, with Mitchell. I mean, with DeJean, with Slay, with Bond, those guys could cover their guys. If we get into a man-to-man coverage situation, I got my money on the Eagles. I just think that they're gonna eat. That's gonna be a mismatch. If Mahomes is gonna be running, he's gonna be running a lot.
Yeah, and just with that, Vic Fangio has never won
Yep.
against Patrick Mahomes' offense. So
0-8.
this is
He's
yeah,
scheming
so
something up.
yeah, so this is definitely a game where he wants to prove his point too. So like
He's also
I think
never
this
had this caliber of players or this type of.
Exactly.
He's never had these pieces. He's always had a game plan because if you look at the games he played, it's not like he killed them. Mahomes plays a lot of close games. I keep telling everybody the Eagles need to just get a comfortable lead and start running the ball and take control. Let's play Eagles football, not Chiefs football. Let's not play to the last second when we're playing to the last minute. Let's try to get a double-digit lead like we had going into half last time and sustain it with the running game.
I like
Yep.
that. No, I like that. No, that's a real good point. Scott, you got anything looking at this?
Yeah, I mean, I think like they both said, I mean, our D line and their O line, I think that's where the mismatch lies. But my main concern is just containing Patrick Mahomes. We all know what this man can do with the ball. We've all seen it. He doesn't go down easily. He's able to get the ball out without getting sacked, whether it's throwing it away or hitting a receiver. But I don't think it's worth putting a spy on because I don't want to take anybody out of coverage at all with this defense. But
Yeah,
we just need to be able to contain this man and not give him 15 seconds to throw the ball.
I like that. Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that they're going to have CJ kind of keeping an eye on Travis Kelce, just because what makes Travis Kelce great is he's good at finding space during dead playtime. Like
He
that's
gets to a lot of his own spots.
yeah. So like, and then Patrick Mahomes and him have that chemistry to where it's almost like they're playing backyard football. So I think
Yeah.
if we can have somebody like CJ that's quick enough and is almost a ball hawk and his communication skills are up there, I think CJ would be that guy to help stop Travis Kelce. Because I think if you take Travis Kelce away, I think you give Patrick Mahomes a hard time. That's just my
Sure.
personal opinion.
You have to I mean, look, I watch the Chiefs also too because they play a lot of prime time. I've watched it. We all watch the Chiefs. You know, Kelsey's not a focal part of that offense. You know, he just had a season high 2 games ago. He focuses on the deep routes, Hollywood Brown. He's been hitting on Worthy. We got to worry about them slithering through these defense, these quick, shifty guys. That's what we got to worry about, and him having 12 seconds to throw them the ball. But I just really think that they're gonna try to set the edge and contain him and just make him run around. That's what it's gonna be. We have the players on the back end, man to man, to stick with these people. You understand? We have it. DeAndre Hopkins is not who he once was. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I just think that our defense is going to have, as much as we speak about Saquon and once again and everything, our defense is one of the biggest reasons we got here. So I think we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and that's when, we're going to show up.
Facts. I definitely agree.
Yeah, no, you definitely got a good point. I think I really hope Vic Fangio goes into this game wanting to play man on them, because I think that's where Quinion and Slay both play their best. I really don't like when they play zone, because I feel like when they play zone, that's leaving out too much space for them to make that small check down catch. So I'm really hoping that they go into this one to play man. That's one of my biggest things I'll be looking at when it comes to the defense.
Yeah,
But
I kind of agree with that, but you gotta see how the refs gonna be calling the game. So if you play,
if you're playing man, that's a lot of touching.
If you
very
play
good point.
a lot of man, like you leave yourself vulnerable to, how the refs are calling the game. So you got to mix it in. But I do think you need to play more man this game than zone.
Yeah,
but
one thing I will say,
this
is out of the offense and the defense and even special teams, the defensive side is probably the most disciplined side, though. I will say they're probably the most disciplined out of all those, because even though CJ got kicked out, we saw that. I think he learned from that, but I just think they're so disciplined just because Vic Fangio. He's old school. That's like he's somebody that they listen to when it comes to it. And I think tackling is another big one.
Right.
Like there's been a few games where tackling was a major issue. So they definitely got to tackle their best this game. Like no missed tackles on this one.
Because I'm telling you, Worthy and Brown are pretty shifty. I mean, I think we got the back end. This is my problem. Fangio likes to cover two with the two deep safeties. Mahomes will just keep moving down the field. That's my concern, that he's going to identify that and just keep taking 7-10, 7-10, and just move down the field. That's my concern. So we have to mix things in. Like you said, we can't just play man. Antoine said we got to mix it up, because he's going to – if we play man with the two deep safeties, he's just going to pick us apart all day, just little by little chunks. That's what he's going to do. And teams have had a little bit of success like that on the Eagles over the season. But they just have timely blitz and force of timely turnovers. Feel me? So let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, but it's with the Chiefs, they discipline on offense like we discipline on defense. And coming out, it's always the first two drives where Vic Fangio is gathering information on the team. We just can't let those first two drives lead to touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's true. Field goals, that's cool. A field goal, maybe they get lucky and get in the end zone on the first two drives. That's cool. I live with that. It just can't be two touchdowns like that. That's the only game that we got handled was against the Bucks, and they scored on their first 4 possessions of the game. We can't have that. So we gotta be okay with those first 2 drives coming in. After that, we normally tighten up. So as long as it's not 2 touchdowns and we on our back foot, I think we'll be okay.
And so you're right. The Eagles have done that all season. They have let teams get up that first drive, gather information. Maybe not even 2 sometimes. Sometimes it's just one drive they get.
Right.
Then after that, it'd be field goals. So you're right. As long as we don't let them go up 2 quick scores, it'll be a problem if that happens.
No, unless we score back.
Unless we score back, I don't want to get into a shootout like last
I don't either.
I really want to punch them, man. I really want this game to be definitive. I I don't want it to be boring either, where it's 40-0. But you know what I'm saying? I just want it to. They got to just beat them the way they've been beating teams. Like beat them down. Wear them down.
Have we done that though?
Yeah.
We always in dog. We be in dog fights too, just like the Chiefs. Like
we definitely have.
Comfortably.
The Chiefs have had some very close games as well. I think
almost all their games.
Damn near all of them.
Every game is close for them. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how they win. We got to win this the Eagles way. We got to, run the ball and just keep making him play from behind. They don't have the best running game. They're going to be trying to pass the ball a lot against this number 1 pass defense. It's going to be a long day.
They can't do that.
Yeah, it's going to be long.
Let's go into the comments real quick. So we got our boy Richard. Richard, what's going on? We appreciate
you. Richard?
We got Jay. He said run the ball. Hey, open the pass up. I feel that. Then we got Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, fast.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. He said we're going back to Shock World. Hey, haters beware. Punch the bully. I love Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're gonna do.
Spags knows how to use cornerback blitzes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
Yep.
Yeah, he
does.
does.
He does.
Saquon
I
been
think
picking up some blitzes though. Lately. I like how they've been
exactly.
picking up. I love how they've been picking up and then as soon as he picks it up, boom, somebody's open over the middle.
Yeah, no, Saquon. I think that was another reason why Saquon was a good pickup because Saquon can run the ball and he can block when he needs to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hell of a block.
His RPO and screen game will have to be on point.
Yep.
Yes,
That goes along with the corner blitzes too. Like
Yep.
you got to have a good RPO game.
yeah.
I remember early in Jalen career, like when somebody blitz off the edge, they'll knock the ball down every time. Like, bro, you can't get that pass around.
Yeah.
he been doing way better this year with getting the ball around the defender coming off the edge. So I think he'll be ready for it.
Darren said we playing on turf this year, right? Now yeah. So
I think it's turf.
Yeah, it's supposed to be turf in the dome. So I think that's kind of another thing I was thinking about too. The Chiefs had played in crazy weather conditions, but I don't think it's crazy as ours. So us going into a dome, I think they're going to be a little bit more loose coming in. That's just me thinking of like the simple part of it, just weather condition. Like there's no, and hopefully Jake Elliott can make some field goals.
I mean, we had a win there. The
No
win we had
excuse.
there this season was a key win when you really look back at that game. Goddard running down that sideline with that catch was, if that play doesn't
That was
happen,
big.
it could have been even worse. That would have been an extra loss. But when you really look at the Eagles' losses, bro, I mean, every loss was pressed. I mean, you have to beat us. Like we gave away the Saquon drop, the Devontae drop versus Washington. You feel me? The Bucks game, even though we were trash in that game, second half they were still coming back. They scored no offensive touchdowns, just field goals in the second half. The defense started shoring up right before the bye in that game in the second half. So I think every team that's beat us this year, which is the three teams, I think they really we beat ourselves first, and then they had the opportunity to take over. It's not like they just smoked us and it got real bad and we self-imploded. And I just think that's what's gonna happen versus the Chiefs. We just got to stay on our game, Eagles football.
Yeah, definitely our worst loss is that Bucks game.
For sure. But
I just don't think we came prepared.
That was the catapult.
I mean, we also didn't have AJ or Devontae. I mean, that was pre-bye. Like those type of games. Like,
and remember, in the third quarter, they still had a chance in a fighting chance.
Yeah,
I mean, there was like 4 or 5 chances that we had.
We
and it was
spoke
just,
about that. Remember, Scotty, when we
they kept messing up.
We're like, yo, that game was weird. Like they had 3-4 shots to get back in, and they just couldn't do it. So
we were just killing. We were killing ourselves that game. Like every ounce of momentum we had, somebody messed it up. But I'm not worried about none of that.
Them jitters is gone. You feel me? Ever since that game, and that second half in that game, the defense made a little bit of adjustments, but the offense couldn't get nothing going. We were already too much in the hole. So I really feel like, I mean, it's gonna take everything. It's gonna take everything. The Chiefs is gonna have to pull people from everybody. It's gonna take everybody, you know. And I no disrespect to Patrick Mahomes and what he's done, but the Eagles are really, really strong at this point. And y'all know Brian Balding, and he does it for NFL Films, and he said it before the playoffs started. I like the Eagles versus everybody. And when he said it, he didn't mean that bias. He said, I like them. I'm looking at them versus the Chiefs. I'm looking at them versus the Bills. I'm looking at them versus I like them versus everybody. And it's just they're too strong. And look, this is not being biased, and I don't want to go on a quick rant. And I really mean this when I say this, but this might be one of the best overall football teams I've seen. Like I seen the 2000 Ravens, you feel me? I seen the 2013 Seahawks that had a great defense with the Legion of Boom. Good teams. This might be one of the best football teams of all time that I've seen overall when you look at them from top to bottom. Like literally.
We're so young. They
have the youngest defense in the NFL at 26 years old, the average age. You understand? This is and all these offensive players signed through at least 2-3 more seasons. It's gonna, we have a chance to start something on Sunday. We're ending the season, but we could start a dynasty. We could start that. We could be on top of the league. We could be the top dogs. We have a chance to do it, and and I really feel like they have the squad to do it.
No, that's facts. Like
you have to have
everything that you're saying, like the players that we got, and the thing is, we didn't see the vision too. We didn't see it last year. Nobody would look at last year and say we would have been going to the Super Bowl just the way the team imploded. I think coaching is the biggest thing that we were missing. I think it was all coaching at the end of the day. And with the coaching that we got, if we can keep this consistent, bro, I think that dynasty is right there for us. Like Vic Fangio is not going anywhere. Like he's at home right now. So if he's invested and he's dedicated to making sure we the best, why wouldn't he want that on his record, bro? Like that can take him to the Hall of Fame having this type of defense.
Yep.
So
There's too much
I definitely
stories
agree
in
with
the team
that.
for us. Fangio not beating Mahomes. Mahomes beating Jalen. The Chiefs just beating the Eagles. Sirianni almost getting fired. There's too much story. Saquon just getting discarded by the Giants. It's too many obstacles we had to come to build this team. And this is the moment where they're gonna shine the brightest on Sunday.
Yep.
I like that. Let's go ahead and just go into some news right now. Just a little bit of it, not too much, nothing too crazy, but just breaking it down a little bit. So, of course, we got the Defensive Player of the Year award. We got Zach Bond, Myles Garrett, Troy Hendrickson, Patrick Surtain, and T.J. Watt. Of course, we all want Zach Bond to get that just because he is an Eagle. I think this is kind of obvious right now looking at it. I know T.J. Watt had a good year, but I don't think it's anything like what Zach Bond has done. Like coming from the Saints and being an elite linebacker like that, I can't see
getting paid that salary that he's getting paid.
$2 million for 1 year.
Yeah, he balled up.
Yeah, and then we got the MVP, of course. Saquon, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Lamar Jackson. I'm going to kind of sit back and say, since Saquon is already in the Super Bowl and he's going to be breaking Terrell Davis' record going to, I think Josh Allen definitely deserves that MVP. That's just me, though. I don't know about y'all. Like, if y'all,
personally, I think Saquon deserves it because MVP stands for most valuable player, and out of all these guys, I would have to say that Saquon brings the most value to his team. But unfortunately, this is a quarterback award. I don't know why they call it most valuable player if it only goes to quarterbacks. But if it was me, bro, I mean, look at the rest of the Jared Goff throws 5 interceptions in a game. Lamar Jackson can't win a playoff game. Joe Burrow doesn't even know how to make the playoffs. Josh Allen, it's definitely between Saquon and Josh Allen in my book.
That's true. That's Scotty's funny for the Joe Burrow doesn't know how to make it because he always tries to end the season scrambling to get wins and hoping.
Yeah, exactly. And don't get me wrong, Joe Burrow's a dog, but
he is a baller, but he don't get his team is just like
Yeah, when it gets to the point where you gotta hope somebody else loses
Allen
to get
did
in.
more with less. Josh Allen did more with
Josh Allen did more with less.
That's the only reason why I said Josh Allen, because like that team wouldn't be anywhere without this.
If you take Barkley away from the Eagles, the Eagles still gonna be okay. They would have just plugged somebody, but they're not gonna be where we're at right now. But we wouldn't be.
I don't know if. I mean, the Eagles would definitely make the playoffs without Saquon.
We wouldn't be killing it the way we wouldn't have 60-yard runs and home. We're getting
we would have lost against the Rams for sure.
Because keep it real, fellas, we always have a good running game because of our offensive line, but now we got the offensive line with the elite running back, so it's just a match made in heaven. But you know why I wouldn't give it to Lamar? Because Lamar versus Philly disappeared.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
He disappeared. Josh Allen, when he plays the Chiefs and stuff and good teams, he don't disappear.
Lamar almost looks scared against us.
But he plays scared sometimes. He plays big stages and doesn't show up. That Eagles-Ravens matchup at M&T Park was in Baltimore, and he did not show up in his home stadium. The Eagles just did it to them at home.
I think Shay Sean the MVP.
Shay
Sean Broccoli.
The Eagles got Sean Barkley.
Lord have mercy.
Lord.
But yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Then we got Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, yeah.
Damn.
That's where this is where Howie's made a crazy move doing this. Like 2 players on
that's wild.
Well, the Rams got the same thing going on, but at the same time, like, this is a Super Bowl team.
I want to ask y'all 3 a question, and I want to all really answer this. This is a regular question. It's nothing crazy. Who had a better rookie season, Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell?
That's tough, bro. That's
I'll let
tough.
y'all. I'll let y'all answer. I'll let y'all
I really
answer.
want to know because
I'm gonna say
I'm getting both answers.
it's definitely like you can't just pinpoint one easily over the other. But the reason why I'm gonna say Quinion is because this man is a rookie and didn't get like a lot of games. Quarterbacks didn't even throw his way at all, bro. That's like a vet. That's like you don't throw to Pat Surtain, you don't throw to Sauce Gardner, you don't throw to those guys. But this is a rookie cornerback, and your quarterback is scared of him. Like he's
Yeah.
putting fear into
Very good
offenses.
point, Scotty.
Actually, and we
Don't
can
get me
ask the
wrong
people in the
though, real
comments
quick.
too. We
Real
can ask them
quick.
in the comments as well.
Cooper DeJean is a generational rookie as well, but I don't know, bro. Quinion takes the cake just for that solid reason alone.
Nah, for sure.
Like,
I'm gonna say Quinion too, just because of that. Like nobody played with him. You get what I'm saying? Like he a rookie on the other side of Darius Slay. And they don't
yeah,
even look over there. Like we'll play with Slay. We ain't gonna play
We'll
with
throw straight to Slay.
we ain't gonna
Yeah,
play
that's
with young
crazy.
boy. Okay?
Yeah.
yeah.
And like
That's crazy.
nobody had their way with him.
Yeah,
Nobody.
I remember we had this conversation a while back, and I was talking about Quinion. I just think we don't see the film on him when we're watching the game. Like Quinion's kind of tucked over there. We don't really see him that much, but we definitely know the quarterback's not throwing it over there.
Mm-hmm.
But we see a lot more of Cooper. I think Cooper is making a lot more of the splash plays, splash hits that gets the attention of everybody. But if you want to talk about why this team is number one defense, like
taking away a whole side of the field, you're right.
Yeah, Quinion Mitchell is a huge part of that. So I would have to say Quinion as well. As much as I like Cooper DeJean and I like how they click like that, there's no
for real.
Yeah,
I just like that we're having this conversation, bro. The fact that we're able to talk like this about two rookies that we have on our team is fucking crazy, bro.
Crazy, right? No, it was a topic I saw in one of the groups. And I think Mitchell also too. The only reason why I say this because Cooper graded out higher, just not by much, graded out higher than Mitchell, but they're both in the top 10 and top 5 in multiple cornerback categories. So to me, it's just like they're like one. I think one hand washes the other. They both on the field at the same time. You got to worry about him. You got to worry about him. If you're already worried about Mitchell not throwing it over there, you know you got to get to the Gene or you got to get to Slay. You already worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to add to that, too, that's kind of like Jalen Carter. Like, when you look at Jalen Carter's stats, they don't jump off the page. Like, they don't jump off. But they know how much of an impact that he makes and how much of a, like what he's doing in that interior, but he's not raising any crazy stats. It's just like Quinion. Like, he's not raising any crazy stats, but they know what he's doing.
But the thing that does is, like, for Jalen Carter, for example, the man is a game wrecker. Not only in the simple fact that he can get pressure on your quarterback and he can knock the ball out of your running back's hands, but he brings double teams. Sometimes I've seen this man get triple team, bro. I've seen an interior D lineman get triple team. That opens up the rush for Milton. That opens up the rush for Ajomo. That opens up the rush for Sweat. Like that's huge. And then the same with Quinion. When do you see somebody playing the Eagles and the ball going to the left side of the field? You just don't. I mean,
Antoine
it's a one-sided thing.
So Antoine made a good point. Nobody had their way with Mitchell. I know Cooper struggled with Adam Thielen and he struggled with Cooper Kupp. Those are the two people he struggled with this season.
That's ironic.
Ironic,
I'm
right?
not gonna say why. I'm not gonna say why, but that is pretty ironic.
That's ironic. But other than that, nobody had their way with Mitchell. He gave up them two touchdowns, but those are opportunistic touchdowns that those are almost on. He didn't give up a touchdown. So I think what was it like very late in the season, very late. So it's like he went the whole year. So I definitely would give it also to Mitchell because he is just taking away the whole side of the field.
That's crazy, bro. And like Warren said, Cooper is more of like he's the more aggressive player. He hits harder. He makes a lot of the splash plays. He does stuff like that. So it's like you like to see that too. But I don't know when you're not throwing at a kid like that. That's crazy to me.
That's something they're looking at in the film room, and they're like, "Yo,
we're not gonna do that."
Yeah, exactly. No, but I like that question too. Like that's
debatable. Crazy. Yeah, it's debatable.
Yeah.
This is secondary.
He said it's good that we can have that question.
Yeah,
good. It's a good problem to have. It's a good debate to have.
Yeah. So with this going into the Super Bowl, everybody watching right now, we all know. Hey, you go on Fanatics, you go on NFL.com, you see jerseys and all that stuff selling out like crazy. I do want to let everybody know we all got a guy that we can reach out to. His name is Matrix Wright. He has his own Eagles paraphernalia. There's a little bit of what he makes. Under the bottom is his Facebook profile. That's where you can reach out to him, message him, let him know you're interested in any of the paraphernalia. Like I said, just go to Facebook, check him out. He's even got the jerseys with the logo on it. He's got the Super Bowl logo on the hoodies. He's got them on the hats. He's got them on the socks. Like, he's got them everywhere. So if you're looking for some paraphernalia to celebrate the game, celebrate the Eagles' victory, this is the perfect paraphernalia for you.
Yes, sir.
Shout
Go
to
get you
Matrix.
some.
Matrix is a
Shout out
very
Matrix.
person, bro.
Matrix, hey, cool guy, real relaxed. He'll work with you.
Check
Talk
his
to him.
content
Yes.
too. Check his content too. Matrix,
Yeah.
check his content.
Shout out Matrix. That's fire too. That stuff is really
Yeah.
fire.
Nah, for sure.
Most definitely. And fellas, I know we got a little bit of news yesterday about two elite players that talked about making some changes. Myles Garrett sends a letter out to the Cleveland Brown fan base thanking them for their support. However, his goal is to win a championship and not just go to the Hall of Fame without a ring, which I respect that. And then we got Cooper Kupp, who the Rams office reached out to him and let him know we will be trading you in the offseason. So these are some huge trades. These are big players. I know me and Scott talked about it a little bit. I think the Myles Garrett trade is something that can happen with the Eagles. I know you mentioned Max Crosby. I haven't heard anything about Max Crosby that came out official like this, but I know Max Crosby would be just as elite as Myles Garrett. But one thing that I will say is Myles Garrett's agent is Jalen Hurts' agent. So that definitely raises some eyebrows when it comes to working out a deal. I know right now we only have $27 million in salary cap right now. If we let Josh Sweat walk, that gives us another $28 million. And then once we let Bradbury go, that's $18 million. So that opens up some money to be able to work out some type of deal to get Myles Garrett. But I just not trying to think too ahead, but just with these moves, I think they can kind of just set us apart. And Myles Garrett and Jalen Carter on the defensive line, bro, I think that's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, that's too scary. Just what are y'all thoughts on that real quick? Don't want to dive too deep into it, but what's y'all thoughts looking at it?
I mean, I think, if we could get, I keep saying this and I'm going to keep saying it, my Penn State boy, Abdul Carter, if he gets into a car accident or if I'm not saying do that, but if he does something crazy, runs a little slow at the draft, if we could somehow pick that man up, we got to do it. But that's highly unlikely. He's probably going to go top 3. I don't even know what pick we have. But, yeah, I mean, if we can go ahead and get Myles Garrett, I don't know if we should give him, like, a huge contract, but if we can pick him up as, like, a win now, like win again kind of thing, I'm not mad at it. But he is 30. We got to remember that. In football years, that's old, especially for an edge rusher. Yeah. But he's still strong. He still had, like, 18 sacks this season, so that'd be pretty cool. But I don't have much to say on it.
How old is Brandon Graham?
35.
36.
36.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I was just asking because Brandon Graham is playing that way, and if Myles Garrett, like,
he way better than that.
Yeah, we can both all agree on that. I'm like, as much as we love BG, like we can all agree. That's the way I see it. Cooper Kupp, like I think Cooper Kupp is. Yeah, I think Kupp is kind of past his time right now.
Yeah, nah.
As elite as he used to be, I don't think he has it anymore. I would actually keep Dotson than bring Coop.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy. I'd take him as a number 3.
I keep Dotson.
What did Dotson do? What makes you want to keep Dotson?
You can develop Dotson.
Like the hype
you can develop him.
One of y'all said
he is the hype man.
He's the hype man. He just runs up to everybody.
Yeah. He's like the vibes guy. But
he's a vibe guy.
And a lot of that stuff come from his blocking, so I don't think Cooper Kupp is blocking like he blocking. So
I don't think Kupp blocks like that, but I don't know.
It's
I
weird.
don't.
Yeah.
That's not even a scenario anyway. The Eagles aren't even going to go after Cooper Kupp.
When
I'm
Puka
Yeah,
telling
they
you
came
right
don't
now.
really want him.
when Puka came back, Cooper Cup's role just like diminished, like
Diminished.
like
Big time.
completely, like nothing.
Big time.
Immediately.
They know who their
No, that's
guy is.
facts.
They got
Yeah,
their guy.
yeah. Puka's
And
the
they
number
know they
one.
can find another guy too. They can find somebody else. They're good at the draft. So like,
I
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
the
sit up
Eagles to
here.
give up too much draft stock. The way Howie been drafting, man, he been hitting. And if we win the Super Bowl, we end up 32nd. Listen, you could get a hitter at 32. Somebody who slips down out of the first. You know the way he been drafting. I don't know if I want to give up any picks,
All right.
Yeah,
I know, right?
that's true.
bro.
That's true.
He's hit on most of his draft picks. The last like 8 picks straight.
So we'll get y'all Bradbury.
We'll get that.
Quinion for sure from Darren. Said Cooper was amazing.
Ah,
Cooper was. Quinion
that's why he
made,
didn't make the
made
fantasy
player number
football
2.
playoffs because of that statement right there. That's the
You
reason.
said what?
That's why he didn't make the fantasy football playoffs because of that statement right there.
Damn, Darren.
Some
Cooper
jabbing
was
going
amazing.
on over here right now.
Coop also got his welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah, he did. He did.
Took him to the
That
bench
is-
for 99 yards. I remember. I think he ended with exactly 100 something. He went over 100.
Yeah, he went over 100.
Yeah, he had 99.
I haven't seen Adam
I was
Thielen do
shocked.
that in a while
99
too. I couldn't
yards.
believe that.
Yeah. And Scott said how fortunate we have. Yeah, that's what Scott was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's crazy we can have that conversation. That tells you just how we just set the bar high, bro. I don't care what anybody
Because
says.
one should have a clear rookie seat. It shouldn't be like it's a question. Quinion got the edge, but you could debate it if you want to get down to it. It's a good debate.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out to Howie.
Yeah. Shout out. He ain't going nowhere either. Ski Mask Howie?
He man's Howie.
Howie.
Is that the potential?
I mean, to answer your question, Dad, that definitely is. That's exactly what potential for a dynasty is drafting young studs and letting them play the way they play. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to start a dynasty, you don't bring in old dudes like Myles Garrett. I'm sorry, but
That's
if
true.
you could get people like that out of the draft, bro, that's where you build dynasties.
That's what the
Draft.
Chiefs did. The Chiefs drafted their corners. They drafted everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
They drafted Karlaftis. Everybody.
And then they bring in a couple old heads to, like, keep the locker room vibes and everything. It's good to have veterans on your team, of course, but you win
I like
dynasties.
that you said that.
Dude, the offense always better than the defense for me for some reason. Vets on because you always want a younger defense more than obviously an older defense. We have the
Yeah, I agree, but
crazy, but you always need a mix in the vets. Washington did good on this year. They brought in a couple
like
vets,
BG.
couple rookies, and
Oh,
they
my
used
bad.
the squad.
Yeah. What were you saying, Scott?
My bad to cut you off, Jay, but I was just saying, like, DG is like perfect for that. I mean, you got one guy who's older at the end of his career, and he's the guy that everyone will listen to.
Throwing him away.
The way it's set up is perfect. He said Max Crosby over Garrett. Max,
Nah.
Myles Garrett seemed like a nightmare though. Max Crosby's good, but
I think Garrett's better. Garrett's definitely better. Isn't Crosby like 4 years younger though?
Crosby is
Might have
younger,
to
yeah.
edge on my age,
Crosby's younger. I will add to what you were saying, Scott. So, like, I feel like if we didn't have a defensive coordinator like Vic Fangio, who develops defensive players, I think Myles Garrett would be perfect for us. But the fact that we do have a defensive coordinator that will develop the players, like, look at Jalen Hunt. Like, just look at him. Like, we didn't expect him to start. We didn't expect him to be this good this early. Nolan Smith, I feel like that's the reason why Nolan Smith has emerged. And I can't answer anything.
BG would essentially take on Huff's rep.
I mean, a lot of coordinators, defensive coordinators especially, the reason why a lot of them lose their jobs is because they're not willing to, or they choose not to work with players a lot of the time. They see what this player does, and then they put him into the role that they, based off of their play and what do they call it? Like video from the past. Yeah, like they just put him exactly in the same role. But the thing that separates like good coordinators from great coordinators is Vic Fangio, bro. Like, he sees a player and he sees where he may not fit, and he puts him where he should fit. And it sounds simple to say that, but I think a lot of defensive coordinators don't do stuff like that.
Right.
I think that goes based off your personnel too, because
very
remember, he did that in Miami, and they were the ones saying that he was like, his play scheme was like played out, like everybody knew what to do. Like, I think he just had players that are coachable and willing to learn. Like,
that's the thing. You have
that's
to
the
be
thing.
coachable, bro. Especially when you have an old school coordinator. You got to be willing to work with them. And also, I mean, he kind of wanted to force his hand out of Miami too. I don't know how much that played into it, but we all know that he's said that before.
He knew that the spot was open, and he sort of struggles with the Eagles. He actually tried to be a consultant, wasn't it? Or was he in 2022 a consultant on our defense or something like that?
Yeah.
He tried to do something.
I know that.
Yeah, he was a consultant, and they were trying to get him. They were trying to pick him up after they found out they lost Gannon, but he had already gotten the job with Miami. So that's how we got decided.
Yeah. That's how we ended
but then
up.
We got Sean Desai. Then we got Sean Desai. But yo, looking at what Wayne's saying, Dotson's first year, he'll be much better next year. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate it.
No, you're right. All right. I came crazy at Dotson because if we're going to be completely honest, he was garbage. I'm not going to give him any benefit of the doubt. He's garbage. But the one thing I will say is that it was his first year in a new scheme, and he's playing behind Smitty and AJ. So you're right, bro.
But Smitty and AJ aren't even getting their touches like that either. So of course,
yeah. So if their touches drop, exactly,
yeah. So he's definitely ain't gonna get any touches. Past 7 years has been amazing. We used in the draft and try to hit free agency. Now look at where we at. Yeah, like I don't know what he's been doing differently. I think he's been listening to Vic Fangio a little bit, but I think Howie kind of just. This is a championship caliber team with championship caliber players in college. Why not bring them into the NFL? I think it was a little bit of that. My only thing is just Nakobe Dean's injuries do bother me going into that. Like moving forward, his injuries are going to bother me. Let's see, Darren. Man, I trade Huff for Garrett for us. Yeah. I don't think nobody wants Huff.
Bro, Huff, we're not even gonna get office pencils for
a bag of
bro. Nah, we're not getting nothing from that. But if
Bradbury literally got paid to stay away.
Yeah. What, bro?
Especially
Huff about to take his seat.
Yeah. We'll get Bradbury and Huff away in a kind of like a 2-for-1 in a Chili's coupon, bro. Like,
and then
that's how
Huff
much
is
I'll
gonna
give him
really
away
see
for.
no burn in the Super Bowl because if BG's back, they said the 12-15% that Huff's been playing, they're gonna give that to BG. So that's an edge. If you tell me put BG or Huff in, I'm putting BG 10 out of 10 times.
BG for sure.
But we saw how dominant Huff was. That's what's crazy. We saw how dominant he was last year.
Think about how BG could write off the story, end his career as his last game is the Super Bowl.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they labeled him a bust.
Labeled him a bust.
Yep. 15 years ago.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This man been to 3 Super Bowls.
In itself right there.
Right.
Myles Garrett's a freak of nature. Yeah. Yeah, he is. A place where we drive great talent. Dawson is like the kid.
I can say
that's true. That's true, Darren. Like you got Saquon and you got Dallas Goedert and Calcaterra.
Remember, we said that anybody after those 4, you even after Hurts, it hurts his legs come before Dots touches.
Or just think about how long it's going to take him to
like so many calls that's going to
run
get
through those.
For that. I think Dotson answers the bell when we call. Like when we throw the ball to him, at least he catches it. He had a drop versus Washington and another one, but I think when we call on him, he's answering the bell a little bit, but he's not doing enough. He could do more.
Yeah.
But we got.
He playing his role.
It is. I kind of take back what I say because that's tough, bro. Like
it is tough. You number 5.
I mean, he did, but the thing is, I seen him drop balls that he should have caught, and stuff like that sticks with me, bro.
The slam versus Washington, you could tell.
And it's hard because the other thing is Smitty dropped a ball that lost us a game, and we don't say anything about him because he's Smitty and he gets more catches, he gets more touches, he gets he's a focal part of our offense. But Dotson, when he drops the ball, there's a lot more people that are going to gravitate to the hate because he doesn't get a lot of opportunities. So one thing about Dotson,
you could have threw that to somebody else.
Exactly,
he
bro.
hasn't had time to prove himself.
But it really is hard to hate on him because he's in a tough situation, and to even be here is crazy. Like being the 5th option when you could be the 3rd somewhere else.
Yeah.
maybe even a second. I
That's
don't know.
true. No, that's definitely true.
Who plays
He could be like Quez or Nelson dropping the rock.
Chill on Nelly though.
You put him on
Chill on Nelly.
If you put Dotson on the Giants, he's gonna get more burn than he will get in Philly. If you put him on like the Jaguars, he'll get more burn. The team that need receivers.
Yeah,
I'll never forget when
he is an elite receiver. He's a good receiver. Just
remember when Gilly blasted Quez on national media, bro?
Who was it that Gilly went in the locker room looking for?
He said he went up to him and he basically went up to him and he was like, bro, you suck. Like word for word, he's like, you don't do anything. This is your one chance to prove that you're worth something in this league, so please do it. Quez talking about, I got you. And then bro I think he had one catch for 6 yards, and he was like, you did not got me.
Yeah, but we can't afford for like Dotson or somebody to have a Quez moment in the Super Bowl because Quez had a moment, a couple moments like this is where somebody got to show. We need to have somebody have a Corey Clement moment. Like, you feel me? We need guys like
and
that.
if there's any time where Jahan may get a couple more receptions, like for all we know, we have no idea what Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni are scheming up on offense, bro. This may be the game where he gets 4 receptions.
Scotty, somebody gonna be a hero. Like out of those, besides the 4 main guys, who's it gonna be? Somebody's gonna do a hero play.
Nah,
all right, talk, Antoine.
Nah,
what do you gotta say?
That ain't how that work. That ain't how the Super Bowl work.
Think about
bro. We saw. Look, he targeted him.
And I don't mean they're gonna have a crazy game. They might just make one play. Because think about the Philly special. Trey Burton is known forever just for facilitating the Philly special. Like something like that could happen. Like a crazy.
Didn't Quez get like a 50-yard target in the Super Bowl? Or am I tripping?
And he dropped it.
That's why I said
he did.
Jalen not go throw dots in the ball, bro. I'm telling you. Like you saying he gonna get 4 catches.
AJ 10
no,
out of
he's
10
not.
times.
He's not
I said maybe. I did not say he's going to. I said you never know. All right, bro. You think Jahan's gonna get 0 targets?
Maybe 1 target. Like
I can see 1 or 2. I can see 1 to 2. No funny shit. I can see 1 to 2, the max.
All I gotta say is, like, on the parlays, he's marked to just getting 1 receiving yard. I put him at 10. So
you better get it with that 1.
Put him at 10 receiving yards.
Yeah, like
that's so low that they basically think he gonna get nothing.
I mean, honestly, bro, I wouldn't. Now that that's the line for him,
like,
I'm not
just be running routes.
Because, bro, I took what's his name, Jahan Dotson against the Saints. I want to say I was at Darren's house and I put the bet in for Jahan over 3.5 or something like that. This man got like 3. So
yeah.
I wouldn't even touch that line, bro. I would just let it sit there.
Yeah, I'll let it sit.
Yeah, but let's look at this last comment before we go forward. He's like, I'm wondering what it's like to be Jay on the Eagles.
Oh, that is.
You're in North Jersey too, right?
I'm in North Jersey, so it's funny because like Philly's not that far from it. Philly's like 99 miles, about 100 miles away, literally from where I'm sitting right now. But there's still people from Eagles fans out here. So today a customer pulls up to my job with Eagles plays. He from South Jersey and stuff. Like it's not uncommon to run into Eagle folks out here or run into people who just support the Eagles. But I will say one thing. Like plenty of my friends is Giants or Jets fans or just other teams because over here it's just New York is different. There's a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
But I've never seen so many Giants fans support the Eagles ever in my life. This week, all my Giants friends are coming up to me and telling me, we want the Eagles. We want the Eagles. This is their time. This is their time. Number one, they sick of Mahomes. And number two, most Giants fans are genuinely happy for Saquon. They literally are happy for him, genuinely. Like, people that I know that really watch football and love football are Giants fans, genuinely are happy that he's in this position because they also felt like the Giants could have put things around him to at least get them closer to like a level. So I just have never seen so many people support the Eagles up here like ever, like as of like recently.
Yeah, when you got an elite player like that, you can't just not build it.
So, yeah, I lived in South Jersey for like 15 years, I think.
Much different. Yeah, all Eagles.
It's all Eagles fans, bro.
Even once you start getting Central, once you start getting into Central Jersey, I think Central Jersey is basically Philadelphia territory too, to me, at least. And when I'm driving down in the vibe, but all North is basically like is up here because I only live like 15 minutes from MetLife. I pass it all the time.
Tapping into a little bit of what Wayne was saying. Wayne, we kind of had the graphic up when we were talking about it. But I think the biggest thing with Kellen Moore with Spags is him and Jalen got to identify the blitz. That's the biggest thing. If they can identify the blitz, I think that's their game plan with that. And as far as Andy Reid and Vic, we just got to defensive line got to apply pressure on Patrick Mahomes and force him to throw the ball. I think when you force him to throw the ball and make mistakes, we got Chauncey and we got Blankenship right there waiting for it. So that's
Listen to
kind
it
of
on the playback.
yeah. But another thing that I wanted to talk about too, we all know Kellen Moore is going to be leaving to play for be the head coach for the Saints. God bless him. We all know the Saints got a lot of stuff going on right now, but they were talking about potential coaches for offensive coordinator, and I'm only going to throw this out here because I kind of just want to get y'all's quick thoughts and quick reactions off of this. But they said one head candidate right now is right now they have the passing coordinator for the Eagles. His name is Kevin Patullo. The thing that I think is good about it is just the simple fact that just like how Jalen's been through all these different offensive coordinators, he's been the same passing coordinator with all these different coordinators as well. So I think this person would be a lot more helpful with Jalen when it comes to the passing game, because y'all got to remember Stoutland is in charge of the run game. Like, if he's in charge of the run game, the pass game is really just Kellen's job. So we get a passing coordinator to kind of be that offensive coordinator. I think we'd be in a good spot. But just what's your thoughts?
I think we need to bring somebody from outside in. Only reason why is because the last time we did the promote from higher within it didn't go good. I feel like bringing fresh ideas in is always the best thing. Even though he would switch his offensive coordinator again, it's something Jalen's not used to. I mean, it's something that he's used to already. He's used to switching offensive coordinators, bringing a fresh mind. So I just think if they could bring a better, because option from outside would be their best, best bet.
Yeah,
so would you say Kellen is a good offensive coordinator?
I think so. It's hard to crash a Ferrari when you know how to drive really good.
That's true.
He has a really nice car basically, and he just doesn't have to. If you know how to drive, just don't crash.
Just don't wreck it.
I feel like he's going to be a much better I think he's going to be a lot better as an offensive coordinator versus head coach. I think we'll see that end up happening.
Yeah.
You said Kellen Moore is going to be a better offensive coordinator than head coach?
Yeah.
No, the last time I checked, they said the deal is not 100%. He still is going to wait till after the Super Bowl to make a decision. Wasn't that what I heard?
Yeah. Because 3 coaches backed out. I think the offensive coordinator for the Bills, and I forgot Mike McCarthy and them just didn't have the same. They didn't have the same ideas, but I forgot who the other person is. But since so many coaches are backing out, they tripled the price to be the head coach.
If he wants the job, he's got it. It's basically like that. Like, if he wants it, he's got it.
His concern is I heard the quarterback room. He doesn't have nothing to start off with. Obviously, that's a big problem.
No money either.
No money, no cornerstone. It doesn't seem like a dream situation. I hope he passes on it in a weird way, because then we would at least get another year of continuity, try to run this back. But this game is going to determine a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire from within either, because again, like, you got to have some type of experience to excel in the NFL. Like, you're not gonna come in as a baby and dominate some stuff. Like, we gonna look like we did last year, because we had 2 rookie coordinators.
That's
rookie coordinators do not win Super Bowls. That's historic facts.
That's true. Now
don't hire from within. Bring somebody from outside.
I'll play devil's advocate with that too. Now, one thing about Brian Johnson, which he even leaked out, was he was letting Nick Sirianni call a lot of those plays last year. He was letting Nick call a lot of those plays.
You know why?
But hold on. So, second, Kellen Moore is not using Jalen the way that he wants to use Jalen. Like, if the run game is working, you let the run game work. And remember, that's Stoutland's playing field. So, like, the run game is all Stoutland. And if Kellen Moore is, like, if he's trying to keep his job secure, because they seen what the Eagles did last year with coordinators. Like, you want to keep your job secure, and you know that it's going to be hard if you get fired in the middle of the season. So I personally think Kellen Moore kind of just went with what's going to work and knowing that that's not the type of offense that he wants to play. But me saying that, a lot of offensive coordinators are not going to like Jalen's playing style. Like, we can bring an offensive coordinator here that doesn't like the way Jalen plays and is going to force Jalen to throw the ball more. So that's why I was thinking if you get somebody that's at least seen these different OCs come through, they've seen trial and error, they've seen mistakes, they've seen what's been done right and what's been done wrong, so he can kind of form his own. But at the end of the day, it's all an interview, bro. So that's just my thought process behind it, just looking out, because you can bring anybody in. I think if we had a different head coach, they probably would have not said Jalen was their quarterback, because remember, this is a passing league. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. But yeah, if y'all got anything, we'll move to the next topic if y'all want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, but you were saying like it was Nick Sirianni calling the plays for Brian Johnson or whatever. He was just going off his game plan.
Yeah.
The only reason he was able to do that because you're dealing with a baby. Brian
That's
Johnson
true.
was a baby.
That's
If
fact.
you come in with a man with 5-10 years experience, nah, we not doing that. We not for the.
So like a season veteran,
Antoine's right. No, he's right though. Because think about it. Like, why do you think Nick had to take over the play calling? Because what Brian Johnson's doing wasn't working. It obviously was not working.
Well, he got his 10-1.
10-1, but we were biting our nails the whole.
It didn't look good.
It was like how the Chiefs are winning.
The Chiefs low key remind me of last year's.
That's what I was just about to say.
Before the implosion, low key, like though we could do a 49ers one to them. I'm telling you, we could go in there and really like go crazy. I'm telling you, bro, because
Jalen did go to the Pro Bowl though last year with that offense.
He did.
He did go to the Pro Bowl.
And to me, people say Jalen had a bad season. I think the Eagles had a bad. His season wasn't terrible, but it also, he wasn't the reason why we got doomed last year, for sure. No,
I think that was everybody. Yeah,
it was coaching more than anything. We couldn't pick up a blitz. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't put people in position. Scotty said it earlier, or Anton, one of y'all said it earlier. That's a coach's job to. Most coaches don't want to do that, build a relationship and put a player in the best position. He might do what he want to do for him. And the player might not buy into it. The players have to buy into these coaches. These are grown men who get paid millions and millions of dollars. Like, they got to physically and mentally buy in on what their coach is saying and believe in them. That's what happened with Zach Bourne.
That's true.
Gotta have that fire in your gut, bro. I feel that.
Look at what happens when you get an experienced coach like
Jonathan Gannon.
Having the side in the building. Look at Fangio and Desai. Look at the difference.
Hey, I was hyped about Desai the way he was talking at that press conference. His first press conference, I was like, all right. And then,
it looked good.
Yeah,
better than
the best ones. The boring ones are the better ones. If they say something stupid or weird, they might have better.
Duval.
Yeah.
Or what about Giuliani with the flower comment? Remember he said his flower. He done watered his flower into a tree at this point.
Nah, that's fine. Sorry, we going off on a tangent, y'all. Our bad. But let's talk about this Super Bowl again. So going into this, and everybody in the comments too, we definitely want y'all's thoughts and opinions. Who is under the most pressure to win, the Eagles or the Chiefs? Antoine, what's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna say the Eagles, bro.
All right,
because it's a lot on the line for the Eagles because we don't want to be labeled the Bills, the NFC Bills. You know what I'm saying? We can get to the Super Bowl, but we can't win the big game. So I don't want to go down as being that team. So if the Chiefs don't three-peat, it is what it is. But if we lose this Super Bowl, that's crushing. So it's a lot of pressure on the Eagles, bro, in my opinion.
I like that. Jay, what you got?
Let me tell you something. The Bills are the team that's been known in the AFC to get to the Super Bowl and not make it. I feel like the Eagles can fall into that category with a loss in this one. I feel like this will be the most devastating thing that ever happened to the organization out of everything, because this is probably their strongest team ever, and to be here and then to be part of the beginning of the three-peat and the end of the three-peat, or like that's not a good feeling. Then to go down twice to Mahomes, not a good feeling. And as a fan, I don't want to have a whole offseason where I'm thinking about this just like 2022. Like, I'm just being serious. Like, I want to go in with the win and move on to next season, because I just, the loss, I think the Eagles are under more pressure, 100%, not even close.
All right.
Scott.
If we lose the Super Bowl, nobody's going to remember Saquon's amazing season. Nobody's going to remember the Eagles put up 55 points and 7 rushing touchdowns in the NFC Championship game. Nobody's going to remember Jalen Hurts having a damn near perfect season with the ball in his hand. Nobody's going to remember any of that stuff, bro. So the pressure is 1,000,000% on the Eagles. Like they both said, Jay and Antoine, like if the Chiefs don't three-peat, it is what it is. Brady never three-peated. The Chiefs already have multiple Super Bowls. The Eagles have been to the Super Bowl 6, 7 times and only won one. So it's like, I don't know, bro. The pressure is definitely on the Birds. That's just basically what it is.
Yeah. No, I kind of look at it a little bit like
I'm making my heart pound.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I'm not trying to do that,
but just think about the way this season has gone. This season has gone as like an NFL history, like the 24-25 Eagles. Like they can do a documentary about this season alone.
Definitely,
if you truly think about that.
No, you're right. But Scotty said it best. If they don't win this game, forget the 60-yard runs, forget the number one defense.
Oh yeah, forget all that. Saquon didn't break it. He didn't worry about breaking a record for no reason. No.
Yeah, now the record, all of that, we're gonna be on the scrutiny for not taking the record. There's gonna be a bunch of things because it's like everything will be erased.
I think the pressure would be on him too because, bro, like there's Saquon's birthday. Like you lose on your birthday, bro. You go back to you playing the team that technically the Eagles are really good at getting their get back. Like we have a good history of getting our get back. That's one reason why I think
we got it against Tom.
Yeah. And I just think the scrutiny they give our quarterback is kind of ridiculous. And if he gets his Super Bowl ring, it kind of shuts that noise up a little bit because there's a lot of people.
It's just a lot, bro. Do you remember what Jalen Hurts did in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs 2 years ago? And one thing that I left the bar where I was watching the game, the one thing I left the bar knowing is like, okay, at least nobody's going to talk trash about my quarterback anymore. What have they done for the next 2 years? Still talk trash about my quarterback who outperformed Mahomes. So it's like, bro, if we don't win, Jalen can throw for 280 yards and have 60 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. If we don't win, it's going to be Jalen isn't good enough, no matter what. No matter what.
And then on the other end of that, if they do win, we're now looking where we stand. We stand as a team that has an elite quarterback, and we did it with the stats. It shows that stats don't matter. You can win a Super Bowl without them. There's a lot of true believers out here that feel like Jalen Hurts is not the quarterback to win us a Super Bowl. There's a lot of people that are a lot of Eagles fans that feel like that. That they felt like that at the beginning of this season that said that you cannot win a Super Bowl with this quarterback. Like and he just proving people wrong. So
another
I personally like it.
Another reason why I think we're under a lot of pressure overall as an organization is because think about it, like the Eagles, like you said, 1-4, 5 Super Bowls, 1 win. That's not good. That's not good. It could get real bad and devastating. And I just don't like. There's so much pressure on them to seal this deal. It's so much. Like I can't even see I see the pressure on the Chiefs, but nowhere near what it is on Philly. Jalen has to do it to seal the deal. Like he could shut up people for a long time with this one.
Yeah. This is a story being made right now. I'm just glad we're witnessing it, bro. Like.
And look, another narrative I want to get rid of real quick is before we used to get made fun of for having no rings. Now we get made fun of for having 1 ring. I'm tired of that too. Like it took y'all 57 years to win 1 ring. So now let's knock that narrative out. Let's get that one out of the way.
Sure.
Because we had a chance 2 years ago and we got upended. And let me tell you something. People ridiculed me and bothered me all off season like this and that. And I know that's coming if they lose. I know that's coming. That comes with the game. But all those people who talk are quiet right now, and they can remain quiet through the offseason, and all the Jalen haters as well, if he seals the deal. And I think one of the comments that like Wayne just said is he thinks Jalen Hurts has the most pressure because he can't lose with all this talent on his team. You're right. And on this stage, we need him to take the straitjacket all the way off, no matter what, and just be the best player he could be, because he can't be the reason we lose.
Right. I like that straitjacket comment. I like that.
Yeah. And I trust it. I mean, the man's done it before. He showed us before that he could do it.
Yeah. No, that's facts. Like I think Jalen's going to play his game. I think Saquon's going to play his game. We just got to play complimentary football, and we'll be there. 60 more minutes, fellas. 60 more minutes. Defense stop. Literally fired this side. Yeah. He's like, we missed AJ and Goddard last year for almost 6 games, especially during the implosion. That is true, and I think AJ was kind of checked out too in the middle of that.
I mean, there was a lot more than that going on, though. Like,
Yeah.
we could all admit that there was some locker room issues too.
For sure.
Bird with the word. What's going on, bro? We appreciate you checking us out. He said, everyone in the chat shit. Hey, yeah, guys. We would definitely like, yeah.
Oh, and let's
What'd you
take
say,
a
Scott?
time too to thank everybody who subscribed. The subscription's been crazy the last 2 weeks with us being in the playoffs. Couple weeks, we really appreciate everybody who subscribed, everybody who's new viewing. We can see how many new viewers we get on live views, so we really appreciate if you're watching for 5 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. We really appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, and those just sitting in your car, just listening to us, just yap about the Birds. Like, hey, we appreciate y'all too.
I'm trying to read the
Sometimes-
comments. There's a lot.
Yeah. He said, I think the Eagles have more pressure. Chiefs are trying to do something that's never been done before. Yeah, they're trying to do something that's never been done before. I think 2022 is their dream. 2025 is their nightmare. I know that's corny, but I think
This boy love Meek Mill.
but yeah.
Shout out to me.
But yeah.
Shout out Meek Mill.
But yeah, I think we can, bro. I just don't think we're not gonna do all this. We didn't go through all this.
Yo, we
All
spending
that
too
stuff
much
just
time
to
on
just
a
walk
down.
out.
We like I haven't even spoke about losing till today. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to speak
Hey,
about
we
it.
gotta
I'm
we gotta
thinking
be
about
realistic though. We
gotta
gotta
play
be
both
realistic.
sides.
I am
Yeah.
being realistic, but I'm thinking I don't want to speak about it. I'm very strong on that. I just want to think about it.
Right.
I feel that. He said, would love to join the panel. I'm an Eagles fan in Dallas, Texas, and I start giving these Calgary. Hey,
That's what's up.
you in luck.
We down the
You
street.
in-
We down the street.
Yeah.
Bring them on.
We right down the street.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
walk
can-
on.
Yeah, come to walk.
Tell them where y'all
on.
be at. Yeah, tell them where y'all be.
yeah.
Y'all always
Walk-ons in
know
Arlington,
hell of a
Arlington
time.
Highlands.
Yeah. And then you can go on Facebook. You can reach out to us, the Eagles Collective group page, or you can just go to the Eagles Collective just page alone and just check us out. You can message us on there. You want to get on the panel? We love to have you and talk Birds. Hopefully, we can try to get you on before for the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think Jalen Hurts has the most pressure. You lose with all the time. Yeah, that's what one of y'all was reading.
That's the comment I looked at. That's very, very.
And I think that's the part that pisses a lot of people off. And they say, like, you got all these weapons around you and you're not doing this. At the end of the day, bro, you can have all these weapons and still not know how to coach it. We had weapons last year.
He just can't be. He just can't be the reason.
Yeah.
We lose. And he's never the reason we lose, but he definitely can't do it.
Oh, he will be. If Jalen wins the Super Bowl, he's the greatest Eagles quarterback ever.
Yeah,
No
he
doubt.
will be.
No
He
doubt.
will go down as the greatest Eagles quarterback ever.
For sure.
No doubt.
That's fine. And with that, that's also Hall of Fame talk too.
Yeah.
Like,
he opens up more doors than he closes with this one. You feel me?
Yeah.
He'll open up.
I don't know if just because, not trying to play the devil's advocate, but the people that vote on the Hall of Fame, I don't know if one Super Bowl would get him into the Hall of Fame just because of the team surrounding him.
Mhm.
But if he gets 2 Super Bowls, I think it's an automatic first ballot Hall
But
of
he
Fame.
also owns a multiple quarterback rushing records. He owns a couple Super Bowl records. He actually has the longest streak, I believe, in the postseason without an interception.
Without a turnover in general.
Without
Yeah.
a turnover, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's.
So there is a lot of records
somebody
there.
that played the game differently. They
So
played
his
the game
career
differently.
could play out even with that, because there's a lot of Hall of Famers with one ring that just have hella careers. You know, he finished second MVP one year. You know, he could do it. But he is
There's a lot of Hall
He
of Famers
definitely
with no
can.
rings.
They're
He
gonna
definitely
put
can.
the fact, because guys like Terry Bradshaw, I was recently learning this. Troy Aikman, you know, they have that little asterisk next to them. Like, listen, they played around a bunch of Hall of Famers too. Like,
That's what I was saying.
you know,
Yeah,
so
that's why I said Troy Aikman.
I could see that falling into that category. I could see Jalen.
Don't bring the Troy Aikman comparison back
They
up.
already gonna
Warren.
be
Hey,
oh yeah.
Hey, after I said that, I saw Cam Newton talking
nah.
about that on First Take.
Oh
He
no,
used the
I
same
didn't.
example.
I completely forgot about. They were just talking about quarterbacks who had a lot of help over the years, like that won rings
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are them. But yeah,
But
definitely
I
not
think-
comparing my guy to Troy.
But I think this Super Bowl for Jalen, like it'll it'll work wonders for this organization in general. Because when he got drafted in 2020, we already had a franchise quarterback. And every move that was made since then, surrounding him and Jalen, doing this for Jalen, doing that. And if the Super Bowl come with it, it all made sense.
It's a fact.
And I can't see the team. I can't see the team imploding either after the win. Because think about how that 18 team that won, they kind of imploded after that.
Yeah,
like it was mistakes. I can't see that with this team. I can only see them getting better.
We were split.
That's why I see that dynasty.
We had that locker room split. Half of the guys with the Wentz and the Foles thing, but this like he just said, it's gonna open up so many avenues for Jalen. Like Antoine just said, it's gonna open up so many. He really, for the organization in general, like this is players want to play in Philly already. You're gonna make even more people gonna play over here at a discount at this point. If the Eagles win at this rate.
Nah, for real. So when Howie Roseman drafted him, everybody thought that was a mistake.
Yeah, you know what's so funny?
Including me.
I thought it was a mistake, but I'm gonna give y'all my initial thought. You know what I thought? Why? You know what? We just finished a quarterback controversy. Here we go again. But then, little as the months went on, I kept saying, "What is the writing on the wall? Why did he do this? There must be a reason." And it's because behind the scenes, they already felt like Carson was not the guy.
Yeah, and the fact they didn't tell Wentz either. I
was pissed when Jalen got drafted because I'm like, yo, we just finished a drama, whole quarterback. Now we about to have a whole nother one now. Yeah. But it also showed Carson's true skin because Carson showed me he was soft, bro. Once Jalen came in, he didn't want to compete. He wanted everything.
He wanted to compete. He wanted that.
Work like that, my brother. You got to work for everything in this life.
That.
No, that's facts. Bird with the word. He said, "I just hit the sub button." Yo, we appreciate you. He said, "I'm an upcoming podcaster living in Dallas, and I love giving these girls the blues." Yo, we do too, bro. You should have saw us at the
y'all gotta link. Y'all gotta. He gotta link y'all at walk-ons and where y'all be at over there.
Yeah, you definitely gotta meet us at walk-ons. And Scott said walk-ons in Arlington. Just pull up. I'll even let you know. Bird with the word. Like this is my first year going to walk-ons. And I can tell you, like, I'm not going anywhere else. Like,
change your life, don't it?
Yeah. So when you go there, like, it's all family. It's all love there. So
it's like I tell everybody, bro. It's like the only place that's better to watch an Eagles game is in Philadelphia.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And you from Philly, Scotty, so that says a lot. We taking that statement with everything it means.
Yeah. He said, "Okay, I'm on Austin Ave. I know a lot of people that go, yeah. Hey, pull up. Everybody's going to be there at least 12 p.m. on Sunday. So, hey, we love to see you."
Tailgate started at 11 Sunday.
Tailgate started at 11,
I'm with it. Yo, I'm telling
you. Free food in the parking lot.
Be down there one day. Y'all be getting lit over there deep, too. Y'all be hella deep.
What?
Deep.
And the pictures that you see, like that only be like half the people type.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't gather up all them.
Like that big picture, bro. That we all put as like our cover photo and everything. That was like half of us that was there. Yeah, I know Austin Ave. I heard about Austin Ave. I heard a lot about it. It's bigger than walk-ons. I think there's more people, but I don't think it's nearly as lit. Like I don't think they get
the energy. The energy is electric. Like the energy there is going to be here more fun. What about Foles? I think, and y'all may hate me the way I say this, but I can't – the way we're looking at this in the Super Bowl that we're at right now, Foles was our first Super Bowl, but it was also – we knew Foles was going to be a starter going into the next year. Like, that's the only thing that makes this team that we have more elite and just more of a dynasty than what Nick Foles did. Like, we kind of all said it's kind of –
I mean, you're definitely right, bro. Like, if you look at Nick Foles' career stats, it's nothing. There's not one thing on there that jumps out at you at all. Nothing. It's just like it was just – and that's what I was just about to say. He had the one game where he had 7 passing touchdowns. But if you look at career stats, honestly, and I love Nick Foles. I think he deserves a statue. I appreciate him for what he did for our city. But at the end of the day, bro, like, his stats are not good.
Yeah, that is
but he had a good enough run to win a Super Bowl, which is insane. It just happened at the perfect time. But Yeah, like you said, Warren, we knew he wasn't going to start.
Nick Foles had that one season when he had the 27-2.
2013.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great year. That was a great year. But even still, he only threw for like 3,000 passing yards. It was nothing like.
But when he won the Super Bowl,
it's like God made Nick Foles just to play in Philadelphia.
Nah, for
anywhere
sure.
he played,
for sure.
Anywhere else he played, he getting flamed, bro. He getting cut. He's getting cut anywhere he plays.
Well, he said he was thinking about retiring before he came.
Yeah, bro. God made it. I'm telling you, God put him on this earth to get Philly their first chip. He said, that's your purpose. You're going to play your best football with. Something about that brings it out of him. That's what I'm trying to say. That jersey, that midnight green, that city, they need this right now. They need it. Somebody's going to end up having a Nick Foles moment on Sunday.
Yeah.
Play out of their mind. We need somebody to play out of their – somebody who don't normally play out of their mind, we need them to play out of their mind. Like anybody who it is, because we know – Saquon gonna play well. We know, the offensive line, but we need somebody to we need an unsung hero. That's what we need.
That would be epic. An ex-Cowboy coach calling Philly for the Eagles Super Bowl. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah. Yeah. He said this year no turnovers in the playoffs. That is true. That's a good point. He said don't bring him up. Hey, Jalen couldn't play in the AFC. Like, but he's in the NFC. Like,
wait, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yeah. Bro, that was. But look at this. This is like Cam Newton has been pissing me off recently, saying a lot of boneheaded stuff. Jalen beat every AFC quarterback, bro. He beat them all. Put the Eagles in the AFC, and we have the same record. I promise you. Maybe one more loss. Like.
He beat all the top QBs too, all the top ones. Not only
all the best quarterbacks,
beating everybody.
Yeah,
at home too, in their homes, he beating them.
Hey, so wait, you have the
That's
number
crazy.
2? You have the number 2 Jalen Hurts jersey.
He has to.
Nice. If you have his rookie jersey. So it's funny.
Me and Warren were just talking about that the other day. Barely see any number 2s. I think Antoine was there too. You'll never see
it because Slay took it the next season. But I have one rookie 16x10 photo. He's wearing number 2 white when his first game, when the game versus the Packers, he was wearing the
Damn.
Yeah, I got a picture.
Didn't you?
That pick was like $60. Nobody.
I think Darren. If Darren's still in here, I'm pretty sure Darren's dad has a number 2 Jalen jersey too.
That is fire.
His
rookie cards are the only.
That jersey's tough now.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm headed to the game. Yo, if you going to the game, have fun and be safe out there, bro. Like."
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Have fun, bro.
Yeah.
Be safe. People marching down there already.
It looks like Scott said if we also keep an OC for a year more, I feel it'll be a huge impact.
Look what happened when we had Steichen for years. We had
Steichen. Same Steichen, yeah. We went to the Super Bowl.
MVP Jalen.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think if I was Kellen Moore, I would kind of just stay no matter what. Because you're walking into like a franchise where you're not gonna be there after 2 years. Like you're not gonna
crazy. Be there. But I want to become the Chiefs. I want to be annoying. I want to go to 6, 7, 8 the NFC championships in a row. That's what I want. So if he wants that, he should stay.
He said, "I'm not going in. I'm going to tailgate and hang out. We're going to take."
Yeah. Oh, there's a Facebook group called Birds Take Over New Orleans.
You vibe because if they win, you gonna be screaming up and down them streets. That's fire.
Sure. He said, "Do you guys have an Eagle group for walk-ons?"
Ours is Fort Worth Eagles Nation.
Yeah.
FW Eagles Nation.
Nice. Yeah, so that's the one for the walk-ons. Ours is the Eagles collective group. So
that's our group.
Let's go on both. Yeah, just go on both. Yeah, join both, and we'll keep you. You'll be in sync with everything going on. Gary. So if Jalen happens to win 3 Super Bowls, does he deserve a statue?
Yeah, 1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, he won after this one.
He deserves a bigger statue than what they got out there right now. Like it should be a bigger statue. Like that's I like that. I like that question.
First ballot, bro. Because look, Jalen's already been to more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers,
Drew Brees.
How many has Ben Roethlisberger been to?
Nah, don't play with Ben.
He's been to 2.
He's been to 1, 2.
No, he got 2 rings.
Yeah, he got 2 rings.
Okay.
Ben is like Eli.
Into the same amount.
I want to see the tush push statue. That's what I want to see. That would be tough if they had a tush push statue. just outside the stadium.
That would be a big ass statue.
Right.
Hey,
You gotta have like.
hey, it made an impact in the league.
Who would be the other team on the statue? The Chiefs?
Cowboys.
Nah, no team.
No, Cowboys.
Listen,
No team,
put a
just the
big
Eagles.
monster statue of Jalen Carter because he wrecks everything.
Oh, just
That's
all
all
of them
just-
in like 3-point stance. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Make
Yeah,
Jerry
just scaring
Jones the
people.
center, the interior D lineman.
The
You,
nose
you know,
tackle?
you know
Yeah.
that he's gonna be the one to scare everything. He's gonna be the one just as soon as the ball gets snapped, he's gonna everything gonna go off script.
Yeah.
He said, "What do y'all think about Moore leaving? He's going to the Saints with a cap held."
we
Yeah,
just talked
like
about that.
we were just saying he's better off just staying and just getting another year. And if he truly wants to leave, do what Ben Johnson did, bro. Ben Johnson stayed, waited for a better opportunity, and then
Yeah.
left. So
Yeah.
like, do the Ben Johnson move. We got Gary. What's going on, Gary? That would be Smitty as an unsung hero on the Super Bowl. I can see that. Hey, see? There we go.
Mitty.
I got mine right in there.
Talking about. Said Wayne. He's like, both in years and then that's what's up. I like that. This guy, I'm about to buy.
Every once in a while, I run into somebody
Hey.
who'll be like, "When you became an Eagles fan yesterday?" Like, nah,
He's
trust
not
me.
kidding either.
Not yesterday.
Hey, that's legit right there. That's dope.
Oh, your pops, $100. Okay, pops balling out here.
Where you pops at? Where you pops at, Scotty?
Where's he at?
Yeah.
He's probably smoking a cigar right now.
No, I'm saying he
Chilling.
down here. Oh, he up there.
Yeah, he lives here
Oh, okay.
in Crowley.
After this season, he said Elliott has to go after this season. Oh yeah.
I think. Look, this is the thing about Jake Elliott that they're not. I feel like the Eagles are one of those teams. I feel like Philly sports in general, but Eagles specifically tend to like hang on to players like that. Like any other team would have let Nick Foles go after the Super Bowl, even though he won. Like we were talking about earlier, but the thing about Jake Elliott, bro, they're gonna hang on to the fact that
He
he did what he did for us in the Super Bowl, and he's been great for. Yeah, but I do agree, though. I mean, I think we should have kept what's his name from the Rams,
Dicker
the kicker,
Yeah, he's with the Chargers right now. Yeah,
or the Chargers, not the Rams. Yeah,
Elliott just
Yeah,
got
but
that
we
emotional
should've kept
attachment,
him.
man. He has big kicks in him, bro. His kick catapulted the Eagles, and remember 2017. After that, they went on a 10-game run, and
Yeah.
then he had the 61-yarder versus the Bills in the rain. Remember to tie it? That was
Yep.
crazy.
That's true. Yep.
He's had his moments, bro. He's hit a couple of them, so it's like, he's put us in position many times. So it's like you can't just let him. It's emotional attachment, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean, we can let him go, but we not gonna let him
But
go.
we're not gonna let him go, and it's not like
We're
we're a kicker reliant team. We go for it on fourth a lot of times.
Yeah,
And that's big.
They said why haven't they put the tush push on Madden yet? I think Jalen said something about that. He said his quarterback sneak. He's like, I call it his quarterback sneak.
Yeah, you just do a sneak with him, and you get it all the time with the line.
Yeah, not to knock Jalen, but I want to see the reverse huddle stage. Yeah.
Statue, he meant statue.
That would be nasty, bro. But I think we would get that if Saquon stays an extra. If Saquon can do 5 more years with us, I think he would get a statue. But he's only had 1 year with us and 5 years with the Giants. Like,
the thing is, bro, we've been an organization for 100 years, and we only have 1 statue. So
Yeah.
they don't hand them out like easily.
And we have no MVPs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, really? Nah, somebody won MVP on the Eagles before.
No,
Damn.
Never?
I don't
That's
think
wild.
the Eagles got an MVP in the MVP era.
No, we haven't. We haven't had one.
Because if we did, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Other
I'm
than,
trying
like,
to think.
I would think
Miles
like the
or somebody.
McNabb and Terrell Owens era, but
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody.
They finished top. They've always finished. We've always had Eagles finish in the top 5.
Jalen and Wentz were both runner-up.
Wentz finished 3, and Hurts finished 2.
Yeah.
But we never had an MVP,
Dang.
like a season MVP.
Yeah. So, Jay, you want to go into the 5 reasons?
Yeah. If we could go into the 5 reasons, I mean,
Okay.
if you want me to start, I definitely will start off.
Yeah. So basically, everybody, what we're doing is, and we want y'all's opinion too. We got each one of us. Jay has 2, but we got 5 reasons why the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to start it off with Jay. Jay, take
Yeah,
off.
I'm gonna give the first one and then I'll go fifth. So we'll go like that. All right. So the
Yes, sir.
first, my thing is the pass rush. I just think the offensive line on the Chiefs is not equipped to deal with the defensive rush from the Eagles. I think that's gonna be our biggest focal point. You know, I think that they're gonna make Patrick Mahomes run. They're gonna make him get off his spot. They're gonna force him into some bad throws. He doesn't like pressure. Patrick Mahomes doesn't. He'll run away as long as he don't give him enough space. I just feel like Jalen Carter busting through the line is gonna help us. They've struggled all year at left tackle, multiple starters. They have a guard playing left tackle in Joe Thuney. Their left guard Caliendo is not good, has a high pressure rate. I just see our defensive line, you know, just winning that battle, and it's a tough battle because Mahomes is basically a big part of the Chiefs team overall when you look at them. Just not like the Eagles when you take away one player, and you know they can get beat other ways. I feel like if we could take away Mahomes from his spot, you could take away the whole game from them.
Nice. I personally I like that, bro. Like that's a real good reason. Scott, what you got?
So I went with Jalen, and the reason why is because first off, he's a quarterback that is willing to do anything to win. We've heard him say it before. He does not care about stats. He knows that we have a good run game. He knows that the run game is effective, and he's willing to put his stats up on the line for that to happen. We've also seen what he can do when, Sirianni does take that straight jacket off. He can throw for 280 like it's nothing. He's an accurate passer, so he can win with his arm. We've obviously seen what he can do with his legs. He's very versatile. I mean, I'll go as far as to say is I don't even think obviously our O-line is beefy. We have the best O-line in football, but I think a big thing that people leave out to Saquon's season is Jalen Hurts because Saquon doesn't have 5 of those 60-yard runs if it's not for Jalen Hurts checking into the audible. And that's a big part of the game to be able to do that. He's a smart quarterback. Obviously, we've seen him in the Super Bowl already. We saw him outperform Mahomes. He's had a turnover in the Super Bowl, so he knows what that feels like. I think he's probably the most locked-in Eagle on this team, and we have a team of locked-in Eagles, so that says a lot in itself. I mean, we've seen the ability to pick up first downs. He can do it with his legs. He can do it with his arms. He can do pretty much anything that he's asked of. I think he just needs to, obviously, in the past 4 or 5 games, he's been struggling a little bit with getting the ball out. He's not taking a whole lot of sacks, but I think we can all agree that that's been a little iffy. So I think that he needs to be able to get that ball out, whether it's, quick passes or just throw it off to the sideline and just keep executing against the blitz because we know there's going to be a lot of heavy blitz. And if he can keep these numbers up against the blitz like he has all season, I think Jalen Hurts is going to lead us to a Super Bowl victory.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Very well
Antoine, reason number 3.
Got my little notes right here.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with turnovers. So I feel like whoever can protect the ball this game, that's who's going to win the game. It's been 23 incidents to where a team scored 4+ touchdowns and no turnovers and lost the game. It was only 2 teams that did that. The Chiefs handed both teams those losses.
Wow.
So
Damn.
the record is 21-3. 21-2. I'm sorry, 21-2 in 23 games. So we can score, but can we win without getting a turnover? That's my question.
Wow.
And so I think during these playoffs, we got 10 takeaways to our 0. The Chiefs have 7 takeaways and 1 turnover. So can we turn the Chiefs over because they're a disciplined team? We're a disciplined team. I'm pretty sure they watch the film and know that we cause fumbles. Like stuff don't happen. Like we practice the way that we play. So those forced fumbles, like those were coached. And I think like the Chiefs, they'll try to protect the ball. They'll play smart. So can we win without forcing turnovers? And I think if we do force a turnover or 2, we'll win the game as long as we protect the ball.
Good point.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I like that. I'll go with mine. I'm gonna go with the defensive secondary, and I don't have anything on me right now, but I will go player by player. in that secondary, I'll start off with Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell, rookie. We call him Guantanamo Bay for a reason as a rookie because he earned that name. Nobody wants to be on that side. Every time somebody's over there, he's locking them down. He shut down Terry McLaurin. He shut down Jamar Chase. He shut down Mike Evans. Like, these are elite wide receivers that he shut down. Yeah, they may have gotten a touchdown on him, but he made them work for that touchdown. Second, I got in the safety, we got Reed Blankenship. I would say one of the smartest safeties that we have in the secondary. Just his knowledge and he's a ball hawk at the end of the day. And just his knowledge for the game and how he's teaching everybody that, I think that's what puts him out there. And then we have CJ Gardner-Johnson. Left us in 22, came back, and we see why we missed him. His secret weapon is his talk. Because not only can he trash talk, but he can communicate. His communication on the field is what sets this team apart. That's what you need right now. You need a communicator. So when you got CJ right there, knowing to play because he's been studying with the help of Reed Blankenship, and he's telling him different things to look at, and he's calling to play, that's what's helping out those turnovers. That's what's stopping those big plays. And literally that's what's helping them get interceptions. So you got CJ right there. Then you got another rookie. You got Coop making the big plays. Everybody's already yelling in the stadium. Coop as a rookie, bro. Like, not too many people are doing that. And he got his own move. So just looking at that, the way that Coop is playing, like, honestly, Coop plays bigger than what he actually is. That's what's crazy about it.
Physical,
like,
real physical.
He's intense when he's playing. He's probably one of our best tacklers on the team. Like,
He's
I know,
not afraid to plug.
I know he's learned a little bit from Adam. I know Adam Thielen and Cooper Kupp kind of schooled him a little bit, but at the end of the day, he learns his lesson. He doesn't make the same mistake twice. And then we got another vet, which is Big Play Slay, who is also coaching up and developing Quinyon, and he's well respected up against any opponent that they go on because they know that no matter how old he is, he's going to keep up with you. Like, it don't matter. He's going to keep up with you. And we've seen him make big plays in the playoffs, even with his injuries and him even coming back in. Like, at the end of the day, I know he's had a lot of scrutiny based off things that he said and comments that he's made, but he has proved that when he's on the field, he gives 100% every time. So That's that secondary. I don't think the Chiefs can stop it. I think the goal is to apply pressure to Patrick Mahomes to where he forces a throw, and that's going to end up being our turnovers, like Antoine was saying. But that's why I got the secondary on this.
Secondary. Remember, we ended up number one pass defense end of the season, so I like that.
Yes, sir. And fifth
Number
reason.
5. Y'all want a number 5? We always save the best for last.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell you, this guy wears an S on his chest, and it's not for Superman. His name is Saquon Barkley. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 18 straight playoff games. All of that ends on Sunday. Of that ends on Sunday. And you know why? Because we're going to save the best for last. As great as the defense is, as great as Jalen is, and this, you know why I love this team? Because this team is a balance of good things. We don't know if it's the defense. We don't know if it's Saquon. We don't know if it's the coaching. We just know that everything works together. And I just feel like this is the end-all, be-all. This is what puts us over the top versus the Chiefs. They don't have a rusher not even close to the caliber of Saquon. They were, running backs are averaging 4.5 rushes yards on zone rushes. What do you think Saquon's going to do with that? He's going to probably average 10 yards per zone rush. So I really feel like he's going to break loose. They haven't seen a 100-yard rusher until the Super Bowl.
Yep, that's facts. And at the end of the day, with those 5 reasons, like, there's no reason why this team will not implode on us on the biggest game, on the biggest stage, with the caliber and pedigree of players that we have. We got these players because they're built for this moment. We got these players here because they wanted this moment. They're ready for this moment. So honestly, fellas, we should look at this as everybody's going to play their best game, and our best game versus their best game, I got the Eagles all day.
Oh, the
X.
For sure.
That's where I'm at with that. Yeah, we got a shit ton of comments. Let's see. So yeah, he said Chiefs O-line holds all the time and never gets caught. Yes.
I'm hoping these refs under the biggest microscope.
Hey, let me say something about that real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. I don't know if anybody's heard of it or not. I was telling Warren before the show started, but I think a lot of Philly people or just football fans in general are trying to push this, like not boycott essentially, but just make sure that people are aware of the refs and the Chiefs. Because today at Media Day at the Super Bowl, a reporter, I don't know where he's from, but he asked Mahomes, what'd he say? Damn it, I forgot what he said. But anyway, somebody else asked Kelsey, they said, what do you like more, Taylor Swift or 15-yard roughing the passer calls? And then somebody else asked Mahomes something that had to do with, he said, obviously we know that you need a lot of help to win this game, so which ref is your best buddy or whatever? Like that right there, bro, that puts a lot of pressure on the NFL to the point where Roger Goodell himself had to get on the panel and say the refs are not favoring the Chiefs.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that's good, bro. I mean, because if people see a lot of BS calls in the Super Bowl this year, I think the NFL is gonna have to deal with a lot of shit. So
Yeah. And I will add to this too. Like, I know we didn't want to tap into it, but it was kind of a topic, kind of sort of. But let's say that is the narrative that maybe they were. Let's just say it was like that. It was staged and they're gonna win, and the rest were doing it. It's under so much, like it's under a microscope right now to where people are looking for it. And
that's
when
my
you
point.
look
Yeah.
at and the NFL, their biggest thing is protect the shield. So if they get the name of like cheating almost, if they get that name of cheating and everybody in the refs are playing for a certain team, like that ruins the whole NFL's reputation. That's the last thing the NFL wants.
They're gonna be the new WWE.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it was scripted, the Eagles would win. Like, think about that. They're not gonna, because if they do win, then everybody would say it's scripted. They would call all that. But what I will say is, at least we will get a fair played game now.
I hope for that.
Yeah.
I hope for that.
We will get a fair played game. I will say, if you see more than 6 State Farm commercials, we have a problem. If you see more than 6.
The Chiefs are one of the most least penalized teams since 2021. The least penalized team.
They're actually 90% less penalized than their opponent.
The next person, you know?
That doesn't even make sense, bro. That doesn't even make sense. That's basically saying that the Chiefs are a perfect team. Like,
basically.
Everybody makes mistakes, bro.
And this is football. It's hard to get everybody on the same page. There's always going to be a mistake.
Yeah, no, I like what Wayne's saying here. I got a little something for y'all. Me and Scott was talking about it. I just want us to look at the past 2 games that the Chiefs have played in the playoffs. I'll start off with the Texans. So you're looking at the Texans, C.J. Stroud, 245 passing yards, Joe Mixon, 88 rushing yards, C.J. Stroud, 42 rushing yards. C.J. Stroud does not run like that. And just look at the receiving yards by Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, Xavier Hutchinson. Like,
he spread the wealth all over that secondary.
Yeah. Like, what does that tell you? That tells you a lot about that defense. Like, at the end of the day, it was a loser go home game too. Like, just like this Super Bowl, it was a loser go home. And then on top of that, when you look at the Bills, like just looking at how they were, like Josh Allen, 237 passing yards, James Cook, like 85 rushing yards. And
James Cook averaged 6.5 rushing yards per carry, bro.
He ain't even like that.
They didn't give him the ball enough, and they didn't give. I was watching that game like, why y'all just don't keep feeding Cook? He's the only thing working for you.
Yeah, they went away,
and you just getting away from it. They reminded me of the old Eagles, just shying away from the run game. Even though you're losing, you got to run the ball.
Yeah, that didn't make sense, that game.
Yeah. So
with 2 touchdowns,
it's a problem when Mac Hollins is your number 1 receiver, man. Like, as far as yardage, and I love Mac Hollins, but like I said, that's why he got to be. Look, they got. Look at the Bills roster. Look at that. What he gonna do versus Philly? What they gonna do versus Philly? Right. I'm telling you, every game for this guy's a nail biter. This is the team that may be too much of a tall task for this guy, man.
Yeah, nice. This is. Let's see. He said, "I'm so pumped, my fellow Eagles fans." Hey,
Very.
yeah,
Really?
Jay. Good job, fellas. That tells me that. Yeah, that's facts. Cooks ran the ball. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like we can just stick with Old Faithful and just hand Saquon the ball, and we take off that way. I do think Jalen is going to pass a little bit more, just because what makes the Eagles a threat is the possibility of Jalen running, Saquon getting the
In the
ball,
past game.
or the pass game. That's what makes the threat. And I think if they establish that in the beginning, like they did with the Commanders, like they did with the Rams, I wouldn't say. I think our toughest game that we played was with the Packers when it came to the run game,
I think it was
because
the run game.
yeah, when it came to the run game, it was the Packers, and I don't think the Chiefs defense is close to what the Packers defense is.
Chiefs defense
Just
is
because
actually they're good. Their defense, no lie, their defense. This might
their
sound
defense
crazy.
is good,
Their defense
but
is
the
actually
Packers is
better than
ranked
their
higher.
offense statistically. Like their defense is
Yeah,
actually their strong point in
It
the game.
is. That's what they lean
Yeah.
on.
They're leaning on their
yeah,
defense. Mahomes was 16th in total offense, 14th in passing offense, 22nd in rushing offense, 15th in scoring offense. None of that is at the top. Everything is in the middle.
Mediocre.
You understand?
yeah.
Their defense, however, is 9th in total defense,
Top 10.
18th in the pass, but 8th in the rush, and 4th in scoring defense.
Top
So
10.
their defense is up there.
It reminds me of that off the movie Avengers, how they said, "But we have a Hulk, but we have Saquon."
Our
That just
defense
that's the way
plays
I look at
offense,
it.
essentially.
Yeah,
Our
Okay.
offense is so good that our defense becomes another offense. They put us in field position. They get turnovers. I'm expecting our defense to just like really overpower their offense. That's what I'm really
Yeah.
banking on.
That's what
I
makes
wanna-
it a good matchup for us too.
Yeah, I don't want to bank too much on Saquon and all this. I want our defense to really what they've been doing all year. Put the offense in position to shine.
Yep.
I think that's what I'm most confident in as a defense. Honestly,
100%.
like
That's a
defense is what
unit.
I'm most
We
confident
talking
in.
about a unit. We talking about 11 players on 11. Like I put my money on his defense.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but
facts.
at the end of the day, like all the stats go out the window for this game.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
So it's whoever
Sure.
put their
Win or
players in
lose.
position to make plays and whoever make the most plays.
On that night, Scotty, like you said in Antoine, the mistakes. Who's gonna make less mistakes? Who's gonna
Yeah,
make mistakes?
and
You can't make
that's
mistakes.
kind
in
of the
this game.
thought process. Like if anything, bro, this is Jalen, and I hate to say it, but this kind of Patrick Mahomes game too. They don't care about stats. Like it's
Right.
all about either winning or losing.
Winning or
Like we don't
losing.
care how many yards you did, and
Ah,
both
yeah,
teams
nothing.
have been. They're living on that same motto that going all the way to the
Bro,
season.
remember, same
Winning
thing.
or
Like, the
losing.
stats don't
That's
matter. Jalen put up a historical game loss. Tom Brady
Exactly.
threw up 505 for us, a record Super Bowl loss. So the numbers don't matter. It's about that and how are we gonna get that W? How are we gonna see zeros on the clock?
And that's what our team is all about, bro. It's just
Yeah.
Finding a
finding
way
out
to
a
win.
win, finding a way to get the win.
Because them
Yeah,
stats
don't
didn't
make
get
no
us the
mistakes.
Super Bowl at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Then I try to
Exactly.
bring up, well, Jalen did this and Mahomes did this. Everybody's like, so
I keep
they
thinking
won
about
the
what
Super
Scotty
Bowl.
said.
I'm
If
like,
they
damn.
don't win this game, it's all erased. Antoine and Warren, it's all erased.
Everything's
Everything
going
is
on.
erased, bro. Everything,
Yeah.
all the fun we had is all erased. Forget everything.
And the
Man,
players know that, bro. The players know that.
Yeah.
We gotta
BG
keep
didn't
this
come back
If
for
they
no
didn't,
reason.
we got to
Yeah.
keep
if
this
they
party
didn't, I
going.
think they would have let Saquon get the record.
Yeah, and we got the team to do that, bro. We got the team to do that. Last topic we'll get into just Super Bowl score prediction and who's your Super Bowl MVP.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
You started
I'll
with
go
who
first.
first? Start with
Yeah.
Antoine, bro. We had this conversation. You always start with Scotty, right?
All right,
Pounding
hey,
across
I was
the
trying.
border, what
I
Yo,
was
y'all
hey,
so jealous.
Hey,
Nah,
you said.
Scotty.
Hey, you said.
Antoine made a
Ooh, so
point.
I
He
was
made a
trying to
good
give
point.
you. I was trying to give you a moment to just like
Look,
think
me
it
and
over because I'm
Antoine
going to
spit
think it over.
spots, and you still ain't go down this way. I think
Right.
Antoine was on the other side before. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
still
see what's
dumped
going
on the
on.
other
Don't do that, bro.
side.
I see what's going on. I see
It's
what's
all
going
good.
on.
Your left hand, your favorite hand. Go ahead, Scotty. Go ahead.
This guy.
Score prediction. Honestly, I'm gonna go 34-24 Birds.
Okay.
I think we're gonna win by double digits because unfortunately I think we have to. I think Super Bowl MVP. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give this a whole lot of thought, but I think it's gonna be Jalen. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to it. My 5 ways to win. My pick was Jalen. I think he's been here. If we would have won the last time, he would have been it. I think he knows that he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He knows how much this game means to not just himself, but the organization, the city, the fans, everything. I think Jalen, bro, I'm telling you, I think Jalen's gonna ball. I think he's gonna ball out. I think he's gonna be the Super Bowl MVP.
You bet. Jay?
I like that. All right. I'm gonna take the same margin. I'm gonna take 38-28. I'm gonna take that 38 we had. I'm gonna take. They beat us by 38. We're gonna put 38 on them. They're gonna get 28. Probably a late score to try to catch up. But give me the Eagles by 10 in this game. And I'm also gonna take Hurts because I feel like he's gonna show up like he did the last Super Bowl without the straight jacket and ready to go off.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm Super Bowl MVP is kind of tough now.
Listen,
You want to go, Antoine, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, let me get it's similar to their scores and stuff.
Yeah.
give me a score. I'm writing it down.
38-27
Got it.
Birds. And
Like
MVP, give it to Jalen.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But Jalen got a hoop.
Jalen got a hoop
Yeah,
when we need
true.
him to hoop. When
That's
they say
true.
he ain't hoop, they say we ain't here because of him. So he got a hoop.
He got a hoop.
Yep.
I like that. I'm gonna go with everybody else when it comes to Super Bowl MVP. I'll go Jalen. I'm gonna go 28-23. 20. I'm gonna make it a close game. I do think they're gonna try to throw a deep ball to try to get the touchdown, but it's gonna be an interception. I think they're gonna end it off right.
Just drop a double nickel though. I feel like they've been playing with the league the whole year too. Like this is what we really could do. We really could drop double nickels if we want. So
Yeah.
This defense plays very well against elite
the
quarterbacks.
Chiefs don't
This
get blown
defense
out
plays
though. The
very
Chiefs
well
don't
with
get
them.
blown out. That's one thing.
That's
They don't get blown
Yeah.
out.
That's why I'm keeping it 10 or 11. Like Antoine said 11, me and you said 10, Jay.
Yeah.
I think
Hey, it's the first time for everything, bro.
because
Nah,
We can make
it's
this
not
the
a
most
blowout.
embarrassing Super Bowl.
I
We
like
can make
Warren.
this the most
I like
embarrassing
Warren little
Super Bowl.
movie. I like the movie he made 28-23 with the pick at the end.
28-23 is
Yeah.
that sound like a movie, yeah.
That would have my heart racing, but
You know how we
I'll
gonna be
take it.
feeling though if that happens?
Bro, I'm saying
That's
though,
what I'm trying to
man.
say. What y'all trying to do to these folks, man? Like, yo, listen, man, y'all. Oh,
I
I
tell you,
like
bro.
that movie though. I like it.
Yeah,
I hope
but
better not be a sad ending.
nah, bro.
Nah.
I think it's gonna be a good ending. Like hey,
Listen,
We
I'll
learned
see
from
y'all
our
next
first
Wednesday.
mistake.
That's all I know.
yes, sir. Hey, before we get up out of here, y'all got anything y'all want to let everybody know? Oh, Wayne's got the score. He's got his score prediction. He's got
What you got, Wayne?
38-27. He got Saquon as his MVP.
Hold on, Wayne. Let me write that down. 38-27. Number 26. I'm folding this paper up. It's going right in my bag for Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, and Kevin got the Eagles by 10, and Scott said, "I'm going Hurts, big game. I'm going to Disney World Eagles." Okay, what's your score prediction, Scott?
Let me hear it, Dad. Give us the score prediction.
Yeah, we need it for Scott Senior. What's the score prediction?
We need that score
I'm gonna
prediction.
just
Then
put
we'll
Kevin
head up out of
by
here.
10.
He over there like this.
Kevin,
This-
that might be one of my bets. Eagles by 10, straight margin. I like that.
That's like, give me
Eagles
the
10
money
plus.
line.
Eagles 10 plus.
Give me the money line.
Give me the money. Yo, listen, we could talk about that too. I'm about to put a little. Hopefully everything goes good, man.
24-14,
I think
Kevin.
it's
Scott's got 28-17. I like
Yo,
it.
if we hold the Eagle or the Chiefs to 17 points, that would be insane.
But it's possible. It's possible.
It definitely is. It definitely
I
is.
love it.
Possible. Because I could see us scoring 28 by just holding the ball the whole game. Yo, we got to keep them off the field how we did to Daniel. You keep people off the field, they can't score. If you keep them off the field, they can't even score.
We need long, promising drives, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I'd say
need the
them
home
first
runs,
two
but we
drives
also
gonna
need
say a
the
lot.
18-play, 9-minute drives, you know?
We got the run game for it. We got the
Yeah,
run
for sure.
game for those drives.
For sure.
But yeah, fellas, it's always good on here. Just so y'all think about this. We've been doing this for a while. We're gonna be coming back on here next Tuesday
Super
with
Bowl
our
champ.
answers.
He talking
With
about
our answers. with our answers.
I hope
we coming
it's
back
going to be a good one.
And y'all see how quick it's been going.
This episode was a great episode. Next week, going to be even better, baby.
Even better.
Yes, sir.
I'm having
Let's
champagne and
go.
everything.
It's a Philly thing. It's a Philly thing.
You got
That's why.
Super Bowl champs. I'm trying to get more. I needed some more Super Bowl gear, man. I haven't had none in years.
I know. Bro, like we were talking about, bro. The second we win, my credit card is going to hate my ass.
Same. It's going to hate me because that gear is coming, bro.
Nah,
I'm about to do this for a month.
And this is one of those Super Bowl logos that's actually kind of tough, though.
I like that one.
Like,
I
wouldn't mind it on the jersey. Yeah. But yeah, fellas, let's get up on out of here. Y'all know what we do.
Double
Let's hunt. Let's hunt.
Let's go.